Just the world.
Yeah. Before we get into the film, because I really don't want to take the ensemble lightly. It's an ensemble, guys. It goes with everything. The color scheme, the earrings and everything. Take me through this ensemble.
So basically, I wanted to wear a cream suit, like office white with my boot I love a lot.
Yes,
and then
yes.
I love gold, so
Yes.
the gold just complete the look, and being stunning is my thing. Yeah.
And the earrings?
Yeah, the earrings is
They're so cute.
thank you, Lovisa.
They are so pretty.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So they gotta, like, they accompany that.
Yes, they are.
You don't have a t-shirt underneath, Enrico.
Actually, because you know why? Because I must show some skin, you know. Yeah, mama. Yes, I must, baby.
All right, so here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Enrico Hartzenberg, all the way from Cape Town, whose work is putting colored stories and voices at the center of South African cinema. His award-winning short film
Sister Dingers.
Oh, because I'm like, it's a Sister Dinkies.
Yeah,
Sister Dingers. Oh, Sister Dingers. It is also the deeply personal Mr. Isaac have and critically acclaimed for his for their raw, grounded storytelling, often exploring identity, grief, and community through a distinctly local lens. Okay, tell me about this.
So basically, basically that film really it was my very first short film, and it deals with this young adult boy or queer boy who's going through, who's planning his mom's cremation. And so, you know, before we shot that film, actually, I was in the given circumstances as the character because my mom passed away in that time in prep for the film. And so we were to shoot that weekend. It was the weekend of a funeral, but then we had to move it. And then I told my business partner, Tabani Makanza, no, actually, it is fine. I'm still going to act. I'm still going to play. But I think in that moment, my head was so fixed on taking my pain into a passion moment, you know, because I think for the greater cause, my mom wanted me to carry on. And so that film is deeply personal, and so bringing my own kind of dynamic to it will forever have my heart. And then I went on to creating another film as well called Mr. Isaacs, which is just my research into, you know, why these stereotypes occur amongst my people and why are people perpetuating them. And so I took it upon myself to just investigate that and you know, because there's quite silence in home when things occur. And so Mr. Isaacs deals also with this young talented soccer player who allow a family secret to destroy his entire future. Yeah.
You speak about stereotypes in your community.
Yes.
What stereotypes are you talking
There
about?
is a lot that is simply, you know,
the ones that you're exploring though in your work.
So the ones I'm exploring is as the obvious one, which is the whole gangsterism, and the whole that the one that is the only showing the one side of, which is only the Cape Town colored, and knowing that there is so many colors out there. I mean, because we are a diverse race. So the stereotypes I'm trying to decolonize is the whole gangsterism, is the whole high asmasu, and all those negative stereotypes. There are more, and I can't recall them from up now, but there are so a lot. And also my point of view as well is to write stories that can be felt more universal. So writing stories also about love, but also about the social impacts, trauma and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, you're from
Cape Town.
Kuils River.
Kuils River, yes.
Kuils River.
Yes.
What is it about that place that stands out for you, or that shaped you as a filmmaker and an actor?
For me, it was stories are just there. Stories are on the street corners, and the music and the people and what they do. And so that place really shaped my art, I guess, because I do believe in environmental language and how that influenced the work you put out. And so Sarepta is a place that is very close to me because of I think its richness in stories. I used to perform on my family's stoop. I used to be either Gita McGregor or Paula from Sevendalan or all those people, honey. I used to be everything. And so, but people would at times just stop and watch me and then probably get like some fun from it. But I was always up and ready to entertain. But I think also with my writing now is just trying to foster community. You know what I mean? And to somewhat also change identity as well. Yeah.
Wow, I'm still very much stuck there with the loss of your mom while you're preparing for the film and then still acting. I mean, that's quite...
It's like even while shooting, I told the DOP that, listen here, I can only do up to 3 takes, then I am finished. Because I don't want to bring too much of my own pain into the role, then I can't, escape, get out. Yeah. So during that time, it was such a time for me where I had to sit with myself and be like, Enrico, yes, you're passionate. Yes, you want to do this, but how is it going to implement your mental state? And so, but baby, that film saved my life. It saved my life in terms of the emotional outlet. How all my pain I was enduring was a great way to unleash, because in our world as artists we call it drama therapy, and so it was therapeutic to get my emotions out in a way, or also in a film that deals with death and grieving.
How so when did you start working on the production, the film?
So the film was in pre-production about 6 months before we shot that film. And so I mean, I can't really count, but I know end of July my mom passed away, and the weekend after that we were supposed to shoot. So it was kind of from January already,
man. First of all, I'm sorry for the loss of your mom. But it's such an interesting thing, because it is big moments like that one that bring us other sides of us that we didn't even know existed.
Exactly.
You speak about owning and reclaiming colored stories. For you, is that are you like the Tyler Perry of that community?
Yes, sir. I love what Tyler Perry is doing, and so I perhaps want to be a Tyler Perry for my race. And when I say race, I mean to also be inclusive in terms of the stories I write. And I think also, and to say it very frankly, I think colors I've always been, not seen. That's just my perspective. And so as a young adult, I want to change that and make it easier for the young upcoming colored people in the world.
Oh, okay.
And being mindful that as coloreds, we are very much diverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
You think people think every color is the same?
Like they would tell me away or tell me who like color.
Away.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, please.
Away. Okay. We're going to talk a bit more. I just have to do the business, which one if I don't do, I'll be fired. So hold on for me, ne? Because I mean, as a filmmaker, you gotta do your film stuff. As a radio presenter, I gotta do my stuff. Okay, so now we have this one, Mzansi. This is more than just a game. It is a celebration of history. 30 years ago, the Springbok united our nation with that iconic Rugby World Cup victory, and now the mighty Bokke are back. Don't miss South Africa versus Italy in the 30th anniversary commemoration match this Saturday, 12th of June at it's going to be the next Saturday, actually, 12th of June at 4 o'clock. And you can watch it live, actually, on SABC2, or you can stream it anywhere on the SABC Plus app. Download the SABC Plus app today on iOS, on iDraw, or on Android, or on Smart TV. Switch to stream. There's definitely no subscription. SABC Sport, for the love of the game. Now, Enrico, back to you now. So, all these beautiful works that we make for you, where do your films live? Where can people catch it? What were you making it for? I mean, where were you making it to stream on?
Okay, so as an independent producer, I kind of
Yeah.
found my own ways to, put it out online or, book out some cinemas. But this time around, I signed a exhibition agreement with Technico where we are going to package all my shorts into one feature-length time frame where it's going to be nationwide for everyone to see. So from 27 November until 5 December, the films, 10 December, I think, it will be out on a nationwide platform at Stay Kiniko. Yeah.
Okay. Are you more of an actor than a director, or are you both?
Ooh, child. I don't like to box myself in that way because I do believe I can do everything I possibly put my mind to. So I only act when the role speaks to me and when it challenges me in a way that is not living in my comfort zone. But directing is also something I very much enjoy. So I think it's if I'm leaning to more aside, it would definitely be
I should do this when I run out of words. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You get me?
I think, I don't know, babes. Like me, I just do my life.
The way you, where do you find most most accommodated? In the Joburg film scene or the Cape Town film scene?
I obviously Cape Town because it's kind of more where not my stories lie, but also as being a producer as well, I have just easy access to
in
things.
Cape Town.
You know what I mean? And in Joburg, it's nice. I haven't built that great of a community yet in Johannesburg. So, but I love Joburg.
Also, you're not good with the Joburg vibes.
No, I'm good, baby. I love Joburg.
I mean, you look like you come here often.
No, listen, I do. I love Joburg. Let me tell you. Redsen, I'm within. I love Joburg. I've also brought my work to Johannesburg Film Festival as well. So, good journey, guys.
I can't survive. I can't breathe. It's Enrico. What's your surname again?
Hartzenberg.
It's Enrico Hartzenberg. Okay, so where can we catch now? I know it's gonna come out with Stay Kiniko. Where can we watch? Can we watch Sister Dengis now? Not yet.
Not yet.
When was the premiere then?
It was last year at Joburg Film Festival.
Only?
Yeah.
So I can watch.
So right now it's being packaged for Stay Kiniko, and so they can catch it there, and then afterwards I must do my work to find perhaps a distributor. Yeah.
I'm going to the news, but I want you to do that scream for me again as we say goodbye. What did you do? What is that?
Oh. What scream? Bombastic!
Before that, what's your social media handle?
It is Enrico @Enrico_Hartzenberg. HARTZENBERG Hartzenberg. Google it.
And on a count of 3, let's scream. 1, 2,
2,
3. Yeah! Okay, we're going to the news now.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Puleng. Top stories this hour. Ethiopia secures a $1 billion deal and at least 24 die in Texas floods. Good morning. Ethiopia has signed a $1 billion financing deal with the World Bank to support economic reforms and to drive growth. The Finance Ministry announced yesterday that the package includes a $650 million grant and a $350 million concessional loan aimed at strengthening the financial sector, trade competitiveness, and domestic resource mobilization. The World Bank plans to provide up to $5 billion more over the next 3 years, pending a board approval. This comes days after the IMF unlocked $262.3 million from Ethiopia's $3.4 billion loan program, which supports reforms such as currency flotation and economic liberalization. And Kenyan President William Ruto says he is building a church at the presidential residence in Nairobi that he will pay for himself, and says he has nothing to apologize for. He says he is not going to ask anyone for an apology for building a church. The statement alone has angered Kenyans, already frustrated with his style of leadership and what they regard as the entanglement of the state and the church. Zolisa Sikabi reports.
On Friday, one of Kenya's leading newspapers, the Daily Nation, published architectural designs showing a large building with stained glass windows and capacity for 8,000 people. The paper questioned whether the project was in keeping with Kenya's secular constitution. There has also been criticism of the cost, estimated at $9 million, at a time when many Kenyans are struggling with the rising cost of living.
And Angola has increased its diesel price by one-third from $0.33 to $0.44 per litre as part of its efforts to cut fuel subsidies and stabilize public finances. Backed by the IMF, the government has been phasing out the subsidies since 2023 amid pressures from falling oil prices and upcoming external debt repayments of $9 billion in 2025. Petrol and ULP prices remain unchanged, unlike last year's petrol hike that sparked deadly protests. However, no immediate unrest was reported. On to this now. South African Trade and Industry Minister Pakstau says South Africa has joined hands with the European Union in developing a clean trade agreement partnership. He says the EU has committed to fund the relationship with an amount of $5.1 billion. He revealed this during the tabling of his budget vote of the department in Parliament.
We had a summit with the EU at which we agreed on what is developing as a model trade agreement called the Clean Trade and Investment Partnership. And they committed to an initial 90 billion rand to facilitate clean trade and investment between our respective parties and countries. Of course, they are a union of countries, so we're talking about them in the context of... And we did that because we understood, in fact, that there are opportunities that lie in facilitating clean trade and investment with the European Union.
And at least 24 people have died while 25 children are missing at a girls' camp as flash floods hit the U.S. states of Texas. U.S. President Donald Trump called the tragedy, which happened on Independence Day, as shocking and terrible. Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said the floods were not anticipated. Water levels rose quickly before the river was flooded, and within 45 minutes, the Guadalupe River rose to 8 meters, resulting in a destructive flood that took property and, sadly, lives. Rescuers and evacuations have been underway since last night, and there are warnings of more potential flash floods to come in the state. A recap of your top story. Ethiopia has signed a $1 billion deal with the World Bank to support economic reforms, including a $650 million grant together with a concessional loan. The funds are said to boost the financial sector, trade and domestic sector. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Matabala Mahabe.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Wake up with Rise and Shine 6 till 9. Peter and Asanda as they bring you breaking news, sharp analysis, and the voices that shape the day. At mid-morning, we get on the move with Palisa and Benjamin, digging into the African lifestyle, people, and the things that make Africa smile. 12 till 1, Africa Update with Lulu Kabu, getting in-depth, powerful stories, and the perspective you won't hear anywhere else. The Upside, 1 till 4, live and real.
It must definitely go on, even without Enrico.